Okay, welcome to the Crow Discovery Project. Today I'm going to take a run at something I looked at in 2014 and never completed because I couldn't find good sphere lighting images that were copyright free. Two channels recently have brought this back up, one of which being Nuke Hoax, that is like nuclear hoax, nuke the bomb. Nuke Hoax is the channel who recently covered this. The problem will always be getting good copyright-free images. So what I'm going to address here first about our fraudulent moon, our illusory moon, is the lighting. When we see images of the moon, they look like this. The problem with this is the lighting on a sphere cannot look like this. There would absolutely be fall off, even if front lit, even if perfectly front lit, there would be fall off on every edge as the sphere wrapped around out of our view. So it's just not possible. We know what a sphere, a lit sphere, should look like. What we actually see is something like this. Now here's some artwork that someone did where these spheres are lit from within. And I have said for a long time that I do not believe the moon is reflecting anything. I believe it is producing its own light. And if you look at these kind of spheres that are lit from within, or if it was just half a sphere lit from behind, that is what we see when we see a full moon. But it's just not possible. And I'll demonstrate. It's hard for me to get images, and I'm not much of a 3D modeler. This is what we expect to see. And while this isn't the best image, it does illustrate the shadow fall off that should occur on every edge of a sphere when an object is front lit. This is maybe a bit better example, although it's not a perfect sphere. And the fact remains that either we choose to look at detail and see through the illusion, or we don't. And what we can do here with lighting is easily done. We can go back through all the NASA imagery. You can go out and take images of yourself of a full moon and question, why the heck is there no shadow fall off on the edge of this sphere? On top of that, we're going to go back through the lunar wave to demonstrate that the moon simply is not a rock in space. That is a fairy tale. And that's all there is to it. So let's get going here. Today we are going to go over a few things about the lunar wave that probably a lot of new folks have not had a chance to see, and maybe some of the folks that have followed me for a while have forgotten. Here comes the lunar wave footage that most of us have seen. I'm just going to run through it once here. The wave is going to come in from the bottom. I'll cue you right as it starts. The camera pan goes down. Notice the wave starts, the camera pulls it out of frame, the speed of the wave remains constant, catches up to the camera. We'll cover that in a minute. That is proof positive of something. And the second wave comes. I'm going to go step by step through the things that are factual about this clip. All right, here we go. Here comes the wave. The wave goes out of frame. The timed frame proves that that wave remains a constant speed as when it starts. There it is, starting. The camera pan goes above the wave and the wave catches up. This has always been definitive proof. Video engineers, CCD chip designers have all corroborated that is proof. Camera equipment plays no roles in this. Now here I'm going to demonstrate that the wave does not cross the video frame. When you're looking at it in this view, the problem becomes that your eye tries to stretch the wave out into the noise that I've placed on the outside. So what I'm going to do is mask the moon out with this. A video engineer showed me this method. Look outside those arrows pointing left or right. You got a little strip there. No wave travels through that noise, and it is brightened up enough to demonstrate that the wave does not go through or across the video frame. This was shot at about 8:30 in the summer or in the fall evening. So as we move on, at the top you see a blue line which is level to the camera sensor. The red line measures the angle of the wave. Many of the video engineers, CCD chip designers, and other technical people have said that if this was a hum bar, it would almost certainly match the blue line. It does not. And there is the bow measured in the wave. There is actually a measurable bow. Now what we're going to do is jump in and look at the energy pulse that occurs right as the wave starts. Look down at the lower left, a circle will come up. A lateral pulse goes through that part of the video frame there, and it is detectable without any manipulation. You can see the wave is starting at the same time. We're going to run some filters on this to bring it up. As the wave starts, that lateral pulse curves. You can see the curvature of the lines. I'm running it forwards and backwards here. There it goes backwards. There it goes forward. So now we're going to zoom in on this area and run some serious filters so that it would demonstrate that there is a spherical shape to those pulses that I don't know whether they're being, well, I guess I do think they're being generated there behind what we are seeing. That's what I believe. And as you can see, it's spherical. It is curving. Those are curved lines, and many people have come to look at this from all walks of life and confirmed what we're seeing. Many of them with technical abilities. Some of them are just darn smart people, to be frank. Okay, here we go. Here is the lunar wave that should not exist. And I will be doing more on this. I just wanted to catch everybody up on those few simple facts that mean so much to what I have come to know this clip means. And there it is. Okay, so in closing, for those of you who are not aware, 9 people have shot what is probably the lunar wave. The best footage we have is the footage I have showed you here that was shot in 2012. It is miles beyond anything we have, though in fact we have 13 captures of what are probably the same event at differing levels. There have been videos put out to debunk this, saying that planes did it and atmosphere did it and all these other things, and yet there is absolutely no video of planes producing anything that is in the same ballpark of what I've just showed you. Not to mention that also implies that 9 people could not possibly have seen or heard or witnessed the blinking safety lights of a plane as it goes by. And I have posted much plane footage transiting the moon on my channel, because you can see them for minutes before they get there, and you prepare to try to film it, even to the point where you reposition the telescope if it's going to be too low, the event, and you can hear them on top of that. So in short, what we have here is a pretty important piece of evidence, and I hope it's enough for folks out there to consider what we are saying. We are saying the moon that you think is a rock in space is not, and to be frank, it doesn't hurt anyone to question the kind of foundational things we have been told about our sun, about the moon, and about space. So there it is, and I am working on my 10,000 mile road trip. Funding is still open with PayPal links, and thank you to all who have contributed. Cheers.